Alright, Sapling, what are we doing today? What are we doing today?
Today we're gonna be testing some armor.
Hell yeah.
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, that's what we're doing, that's what we're doing. We're gonna be learning some bit about some armor, right? We're gonna learn about it. We're gonna build it. We might implement it on something. You know?
Yep.
You know? The fun part. So, to start, if you didn't know, damage spread to like 6 blocks. So, for block armor, just do like layers of 6. Something like this. Amazing. This
Okay, why are we using 1x2 blocks?
Okay, because we're using 1x2 sapling, because since they're the smallest, you can stack 2 of them in a 1x4, and 4 of them in a 2x4. Basically, you're like doubling or quadrupling how many blocks. So that,
Okay, so that means
yeah,
the more blocks I have in the same space, that means I have more armor.
yeah, you understand it now.
Okay.
The more blocks, the better. So
Alright.
if I just did like a layer of 12 blocks, this would be terrible. So I guess if you want shoot this with the single cannon first.
Alright. Okay, so this. Oh, damn it. So this is a single cannon tank.
Yep.
Oh, okay. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty durable.
So that only took out like what? 1 layer and a little bit at the second, and a tiny bit at the third.
I think that's. Yeah, I think that's just one layer.
So that's pretty good.
Okay, but the cannon got destroyed for some reason.
Yeah, just stay in the tank. Alright.
Alright, so should I shoot it with the 4 cannons now?
Alright, yep.
Alright, 3, 2, 1. Damn. Oh, okay, that actually went better than I was expecting.
So I'm gonna guess that there's 8 layers left that are unharmed, minus the fall damage.
Like 4.
Yeah.
Those like 4 layers. Yeah. So it's pretty much 1 layer per cannon.
Yeah, practically 1 layer cannon. The damage kind of
Yeah.
scales with more cannons, more than it should, it seems at times. Also, autocannons do more damage. So if you were to like have timed guns, it should technically do more damage.
Actually? Okay, wait, we can test that.
Yeah, I'm like 50% sure it does more.
But like, you mean autocannons like this autocannon or your autocannons?
Like burst fire autocannon. Yeah, that would work.
Right. So this is an autocannon.
Hold on, let me anchor this. Alright.
Right, 3, 2, 1. Okay,
So
that was just 1 burst.
yeah. So this,
I mean,
the damaged layer is the 8th layer. Like, that little bit damage is in the 8th layer, so it did do a little more damage.
but you know, like, oh wait, no, never mind, because the last time I shot it with the 4 cannons,
Yep.
everything was a little bit damaged, right?
That's because of
Now
fall.
it's,
If
but
it
that
fell.
was because of that fall damage, yeah.
Yeah, if you were to shoot this one that's anchored, it should do better.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
look at that.
literally the same damage. Yeah, for real.
Yeah, it's way less damage.
Yeah, oh yeah, you're right. Just do a little bit more.
Yeah, autocannons are slightly better. If you want to do more damage, use autocannons. Next thing, technically to do block armor better, use grids. Grid blocks are, because of how damage like reflects off of blocks, it can technically, even though it explodes, it can like reflect. It can like bounce off angles and stuff.
You can ricochet.
Yeah. Okay. Just paint this side so we can see like the halfway point. So technically, if you shot this with your 4 cannons, it should do less damage. It would take less. Where the heck did it go?
It's right there. Okay, it went into the water.
Okay, let me bring it back.
Yeah, just recall it. Yeah.
I can't. Okay. It doesn't want to exist.
You should have more anchors too.
Yeah, let me add a few in other places. Okay. Okay, so it took a little bit less damage because this was the previous. This was the auto cannon. No wait, no, this was the 4 cannon.
Yeah, the 4 cannon 1x2. Yeah.
So this got down
But,
to
like,
8
you can
layers.
kind of see the deformation, like where
Yeah.
I hit it. You know what I mean?
Yep. Well, the damage didn't spread like through the blocks. There's less like just tiny damage like this.
I kind of made a hole here. Like I penetrated the armor.
Yeah. So, and the nice thing about grids is they are lighter.
Oh
So
yeah,
your tanks can be lighter because tank tracks really struggle with weight.
For real.
Because if I took like this golem track, which you would think would be the best since it's huge, this thing can barely support weight. I think like this will. Like look at that. That's
Yeah,
like 500 kilograms on the back and it's compressed. That's 500 in the middle. That's only 500. That's like a third of, like, not even a third, like a tenth of the weight of my heavy armor tanks, and it's already like almost fully compressed. Like, that's 1,000 kilograms on a track, and it's compressed.
So yeah, you wanna keep it light and have a good armor, just use grid blocks.
Yes, and what I find is raw tracks are better. If you use like 8 raw tracks, you get like 20x the suspension of a golem track. It's slightly longer, which most tanks kind of need that, especially for a high-tech armor. Especially if you're going to use like block armor, because you're going to need tons of layers if you want good armor. And another thing to note, tank tracks like increase the health of all blocks on the same weld group. And a weld group's created by just adding a rotation block. Anything that rotates increases the health of like all blocks on the same weld group.
Oh.
So the second you add another weld group, just these tracks, like if I had another like layers here or something, these layers, even if they had like the same health as these tracks, would be technically weaker because these are all increasing their health together.
Yeah,
So the less weld groups and glitches you have, the stronger your whole thing will just be. Another thing is hull blocks do the same thing, and they help with kinetic resistance as well when you do this. So if you want an easy to build tank that's annoyingly durable, just build a hull block brick. Like, it'll be indestructible for no reason. Like if you shot this.
Yeah, these 4 cannons, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah, look at that, bro. It didn't even move.
Yeah, it didn't take that much damage. And if you built a whole tank out of this, like if I just like double this or something, I don't know. Now if you shot it, it should take even less damage. Well, you kind of shot the corner, but still. It's not very deep in the armor, and you saw how easy that was to build. Like,
yeah, literally.
10 seconds you could have.
You didn't even have to think about it.
Yeah, you just build.
They're spamming hull blocks.
Yeah, they're just dumbly, they just increase all the health like the tracks.
Yeah, I guess on the downside about that is that your thing's gonna be
Yeah, you're gonna be huge. You're gonna be easy to hit and huge, but it won't look great either, but it'll be strong. heavy weight blocks, I think both of them are good, but heavy weight blocks also are like really damage resistant to everything. So like this is only 4 layers of weight blocks. So if you were to shoot that, you look at it, 4 layers, and it did some damage to the back layer, but it's still pretty intact.
Yeah.
Weight blocks are like the king, other than like tracks and hull blocks for armor, because those just increase all the health. But like if I had this brick here, so I think this is 8 layers, it's pretty strong. Yeah, barely scratched the 4th layer. That's gonna take a lot of shots just to get through. The only problem with this is, again, you're having weight issues. You're gonna be way too heavy. Your tracks are gonna be compressed. Even if you have a bunch of raw tracks, you're still gonna compress it. Like this is 7,000. This is about the average of my heavy tanks that I build. Slightly lighter, but yeah, it's completely like it's mostly compressed. So you still want to keep like.
What if I want to keep it lightweighted and also have almost the same amount of armor I have to weight it?
So, you could do anchor pins. They are like the best armor in the whole game. They're 1 complexity. They're light. They don't scale good against like multiple cannons, so this is a better for like 1 to 2 cannons or auto cannons. So technically, Satbling, you should be using anchor pin armor, since I use autocannons often. Like if you shot this little wall, it'll probably die because you're using 4, so I can test that. I think you hit the ground.
Never mind. Wait. Let's try that again.
Yeah, I think you hit the ground there.
Try closer distance.
Yeah.
No, I did not hit the ground, bro. Look at that.
Well, I don't remember him being this good for... Though it could be because I did weight blocks behind.
Yeah, it's probably because of it.
Might have to implement this in the next
Try
tank.
using
Yeah, I'll use grids. Move our anchor point back a little. So that's anchor pins plus 5 layers of grids. So yeah, the damage got way farther. It nearly broke the entire armor. So if you're gonna use anchor pins, make sure to have a weight block layer behind them. Otherwise they're practically useless against this high caliber of shots. If you use like this single shot tank here, so 1 shot only took out the anchor pins and 1 layer block.
Yeah, I very much didn't do anything.
Yeah. Anchor pins are like the best armor. Apparently actually, because they used to have the most health in the game, but golem tracks actually have more health than anchor pins. But the problem is they're so big that they can get hit from lots of angles. Yeah, 1 golem track can eat 8 shots. So against autocannons and stuff, anchor pins are the way to go. Apparently even against single shots of 4, if you have a weight block behind, it's still way to go. I guess you could put golem tracks on the front of your tank.
Imagine. There's armor in the game.
Yeah. Again, but problem is it's huge. If this dies, you have a massive open weak spot in your tank. So I would not recommend it. All the tank tracks have high health, except for the Lynx ones. They're kind of low. Next thing is spaced armor, which does work in Trailmakers.
Sort of like
yeah. So there's like 10 ways you could do it. The way I generally do is you put weight block, shield, weight block for like the outermost layer, and then you can just use grids and stuff. So this right here, even though the hitbox fills in the space, it's not connected to the previous weight block. So technically it's spacing the connection points so that the whole armor doesn't just get hit and spread through. That makes sense, Satbling?
I guess.
Basically when it gets hit, it'll only destroy the outer layer. It'll only destroy the outer layer, and the inner layer should be mostly fine.
Alright, I'm shooting with the forward cannon one first.
Yep. So yeah, it absolutely deleted the first layer, but it does still have some of that second layer. It's still semi-intact. And it would be better if you have less connections, which sounds wrong, but for what you're doing here, you don't want connections to armor. You don't want the damage to spread to the next layer. Like if I did this, it might do even better. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
You don't want those connections to spread. You want the first layer to just die.
Okay, that's interesting.
So yeah, I could technically layer this up again. Again, this is getting quite heavy, so I wouldn't recommend just doing layers like this, but the third and fourth layer are completely untouched. Now, just the fourth layer is untouched. After 3 shots of cannons.
And it's high panel, so it's really like untouched.
Yep. They're just strong connections, so that they do get touched, they are somewhat okay. So that's one way you could do it. Also, this gives like minigun protection because of the panels. Internal minigun protection. If you don't want to use weight blocks, just use any blocks that don't have a connection on the front. So you can use like these wedges. And then just like put a few blocks in front. I would still just do a weight block connection though, because you do not want the armor just instantly fall off. Okay, someone I know joined. Fun.
How did he...
I don't even know. They've never even experienced the password that we're using today.
For real.
It felt like, okay. Okay, so if you shot this, it should technically survive, if I'm correct. Yeah. So, the space armor... Yeah, it did its thing.
That many weight blocks.
Yeah, and I am using weight blocks on the back, so I'll remove those and see how it works. Now it doesn't have the weight block backing. Yeah, it's still semi-intact.
Yeah.
It does its job.
So good.
It's pretty good. And again, you could just keep layering this to your heart's content. There's nothing stopping you from just keeping going on this.
Yeah, for real. Only complexity limits, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're doing this, you're probably not concerned about complexity too much. So like, shoot that. So yeah, layer back there is still a-okay. I would put like a layer directly in front of the spaced armor still, but I was too lazy for that.
Oh, yeah, you can... Never mind, I was about to say you can totally eat 2 shots, but...
I think it could if I built it a little better. I kinda quickly built it.
Yeah, that's also something you have to considerate when making armor.
Yeah, it
You have
takes
to
a
like
time.
experiment a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, this is taking a lot of
You kind of have to
experimenting.
do a lot of testing. But yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Another shot.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's way
second
better.
shot, it's definitely gained through the armor, but it's still there.
It didn't like. Yeah, exactly. It didn't
Yeah.
just freaking died.
You gotta build your armor correctly. If you don't build it correctly, it's just gonna fail immediately.
Like most of my tanks.
Yeah, all your tanks just implode again. I do believe shields have slight resistance to like cannon fire. I would just use like the single shot tank for this. It's not a lot of resistance. It's a little bit.
Damn, why is he so fast?
I don't know. I think it's like
Hey,
under
yo,
1,000. I think it's like under 1,000 or something. So yeah, shields have a little bit of resistance against some cannon.
Yeah, but 4 cannons will totally kill this.
Yeah, if you shot this with the 4, this is just gonna die immediately. Pretty much
I mean,
immediate. It's somewhat
kinda
there.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, it did almost good. But yeah, if you have space and it works out, just put some shields around the edges. It's at least nothing else minigun and smart cannon protection. I think that's everything. Yeah, also for space armor you could just use like any of these blocks. Any of these with no connection to the previous armor set will work. You have like 100 choices. Just use the aerodynamics tab, you should be good. That's like all you need. Technically if I grab 2 double crosses, which are extremely heavy, they are 1x1s, so they technically are better than the 1x2, just because it's more dense armor.
Oh, I've seen Weasel use this.
Yeah. Problem is, this is extremely complex. It's basically as complex as anchor pin armor, since it's all 1x1s.
Yeah, for real. Let's look at that.
Yeah.
My PC.
But
Alright,
you only
so-
got through like 3 layers.
I like how you can see the deformation of the armor.
Yeah, so this is literally 241 complexity. So, and it's 375 kilograms. It's really heavy and really complex. But it's effective. That time you didn't even touch the 3rd layer.
Damn. With 4 cannons, that's crazy.
Yeah. You did some damage to the back layer, but otherwise it's pretty well all good.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. It's the 3rd one. And it should be the final. Yeah, there we go. That was 4. 4 cannon shots, bro. That's really
Yeah,
good.
it's pretty good for 6 layers only.
What about an ant and autumn?
So 4 shots did slightly more damage. Like it should.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
But I mean, it still survived 8 shots.
Yeah, that was 8 shots, bro. God damn. Yeah, that is pretty much egg shots.
Yeah, if you're gonna use block armor, use 1x2s. Well, 1x2 grids if you can. 1x3s are like the next best since they're slightly bigger. And then the 2 double crosses are the champion for blocks. I don't recommend using anything like a 2x4 and like where you're trying to protect things, or 4x8s even. Because yes, the 4x8s have like slightly better armor than those other blocks. So this is 6 layers of 4x8s, but the problem is this is gonna leave such a gap in your armor once it's destroyed. Yeah, literally all of them got
it's
destroyed.
not even survive. Yeah.
Yeah. So you need denser armor. The smaller the block, the denser the armor, the better. Now we got 12 layers of it. Yeah, all
Yeah, that's a massive
6
hole.
and some more layers gone from one shot. And if you remember, the tubes survived like 8 cannons. Like that this might not survive even like 4 if you shoot with the autocannon.
Let's get that out.
Because the damage is just gonna spread through all of them immediately. Yeah.
Yeah, that was only one person instead. Yeah.
Yeah. So don't use big blocks whenever you can. Use them only like in the back. Just put like your least armored components in the back. Just put armor in your front and in like your front side and you should be good. That's really the place you need armor. And your turret. Can't forget your turret.
Unlike mine.
Yeah, your turret. You should not be having that many glitches, but whatever. So, if you want like a strong turret, you want to put your aiming servo way down at like the bottom of your tank. And I use these cylinders to extend the connection up, so that you have no connections. So now the aiming servo is at the bottom of the tank, where that really doesn't ever get shot unless you jump it. And if you surround it by sensors...
That's actually a really good tip. I've never thought about that. Actually, I didn't even know that connection points were that important.
Yeah, they're extremely important. In places where you need extra, put extra. Where you don't need extra, remove them. Especially for space armor.
How do I know if I need connection points or not in certain places?
Like your seat is gonna want extra connections. Like engines, you're gonna want connections for engines, and your aiming servo. You want your aiming servo connected. It's only got like 4 connections total, so connect those with weight blocks and surround it with weight blocks.
I'm actually doing that right now.
Nice. He's learning.
I'm learning, guys.
So yeah, for your aiming servo, surround it with weight blocks. You need all of it protection, because if that dies, you're pretty much dead. Like, no turret is no winning. But as you've seen here, I put distance sensors around the connection cylinders here. So the aiming servo is down at the bottom. It's protected by your entire front plate of armor. Or sidearm, whatever. And then you got the top, like, turret ring here. The reason I'm using sensors is because even though you could use blocks with no connections like these on top, the turret might still, like, get stuck on these edges. So by using sensors, it can rotate freely, even on a flat surface. Which is less space for somebody to, like, shoot into your turret. With pistons, they could just shoot into your turret and instantly blow up that connection, but by doing this, it's a smooth surface, no spacing, but you have a free spinning turret. Very, very helpful. And also, if you're gonna get competitive with tank battles, get the packing heat DLC. You need it. You need the small tank cannon, because by doing this, if you put it on a servo here, which is what I do, I hide like 2 of these in the turret. I've actually been putting 4 aiming servos in turrets for vertical aiming.
4 aiming servos, bro?
Yeah, 1 per gun.
Oh my god.
So, like, when you're connecting your aiming servos to like the central connection on your turret, you want maximum connections, or just like some weight block connections like this. But see Sapling, so we have this armada of guns. This is what the inside of my turrets look like. So basically, I have like many more chances than a lot of you because my guns are separated, so they won't all die if just a servo goes. They're all connected separately.
Alright, now show people what not to do for...
Yeah, what not to do is that. The less glitches, the better, especially for armor. Because you back that up a little bit. But as you saw, his whole tank just imploded to one single shot. Like if I shoot there, it's just gone. There's nothing left.
Yeah, even though I have armor, just because of the glitches I have on my turret, it doesn't...
Yeah.
It just doesn't work.
Like, if you aim sideways, I could probably just hit your gun barrel and you might die. Okay, that's at least a start. But if I shot in the front... And also, because of how the cumulative block health is, you're not getting your health from your tracks and your turret, and because you have so many glitches, your health is getting distributed not at all. And because, like, pistons, like, expand when they get disconnected, right? So, you're gonna have glitches expanding inside your own build.
Which is not good.
No, you're gonna have what this happens, and you're just gonna implode like none other. It's not good. But yeah, seriously, get the Packing Heat DLC if you're gonna be competitive tanker. Or you just want a smaller gun. Because this allows you to have a hidden turret with gun depression. As you can see here, I can aim my guns down just because they don't fill up the aiming servo space. Oh my gosh. See, we have gun depression even though they're taking up internal space. And also, this is another place where you want minimal connections other than the main connections for your aiming servo, Sapling. Because you want it to act like spaced armor. You don't want the armor or the damage spreading through to the your servos on the inside or your cannons. So to do this, you should only connect the main front plate of your like turret to the back of the aiming servos, or the back of the turret, like this.
Right, so basically, if you want to make good looking stuff or having good armor, it's gonna be a pain in the ass pretty much.
Yeah, it's gonna be nearly impossible. Like really good looking stuff like that's gonna be impossible. That's just facts. Yeah, if you look at this sapling, this is what my turrets internally look like on my tanks generally. It's the brick surrounding the cannons.
Oh my god.
Which allows me to aim up still, because they'll just glitch through the top. I can aim down, because there's a space below the cannons.
To the bottom.
Yeah. And then, to protect the cannons on top, you just throw connections on top, but you don't connect to the servos. Never connect to the servos. So you wanna spread out your connections. You don't wanna ever connect to the aiming servos anywhere but the back. Or the inside. So that if you get hit anywhere, the damage doesn't spread through. Because if you like shoot this, like in the front there, generally just do multi-layers of weight blocks. It's your best friend.
Just find your.
Yeah, shoot this one. This one should be fine.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so it only took one. I have a better turret, but I still have a cannon. I could still like kill you. Yeah. Yeah, that's showing off the pistons expanding. Look at that. So imagine that inside your tank. Or in places you don't want it. You kind of got lucky with that one.
What do you mean lucky? I didn't even have a gun to fight back.
And there we go. Now I killed you. So yeah, that's how you should armor your turrets. No connections to the aiming servos minus the back. Build your turrets out weight blocks and anchor pins, I guess. Ugh. Because these guns can only shoot through 6 blocks. That's it. So you have to have a minimum of like 5 layers if you want the best armor for your turrets. Also, you don't want heavy turrets because then they move slower and they wiggle a lot. So this is the most recent tank I've built with the best armor. So if you shoot this in the turret, you didn't hit the turret, sir. So that's 1 shot to the turret, and I still have every gun. Second shot to the turret, I still have a gun. After this shot, it's practically gone, but that shows you how armored you can make turrets and stuff. So now Sapling, if you just shoot like the front of this thing, like a bunch. So that's 1 shot. That's 2 shots. That's 3 shots. That's 4 shots. 5 shots, I still have all my guns. 6 shots, the turret's finally gone. And 7 shots, you get to my seat. That's quite a lot.
That's actually insane, bro. Oh my god, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, so I basically have to shoot your turret.
You have to shoot my turret off. But this thing is I can still fight back. Damn.
What the actual fuck happened?
I don't know, you ran it over. Yeah, you can build some crazy armor things. I might have to build another thing. Now that...
Why? Why another one?
well now I've relearned that anchor pins where you just know better. So I'm gonna make the spaced armor on this even better.
Oh my god.
So yeah, that's a good demonstration on how strong you can make vehicles. Even against 4 cannons. You have a high, like, cannon count tank, right?
Yeah, I have a 16.
Okay, grab that thing and shoot it at this. This technically should be decently fine.
Alright, Genie.
Because of the spaced armor, the damage isn't gonna get through because all the cannons are gonna hit at the same time at the same place. And instantly, like, do nothing.
Okay, so this is 16 cannons.
Alright. So yeah, look at that. It basically got nearly to the servo. The servo's like another 2 layers back. That's 2 layers of 16, and I could still ram you to death. There we go. So yeah, it's pretty tough armor when you consider 16 cannons can't one-shot it.
Yeah, for real.
If you shot most other tanks, like if I grab... let's see. Let's grab, this medium tank I built. If you shot this with that... Yeah, the seat's exposed. It's pretty well destroyed. And that tank even has anchor pin armor. But it doesn't have the weight block method. But still. There is a lot of anchors in here. Actually, you know what? Shoot this tank. This thing literally has no armor. Yeah, it's gone. So that's a good demonstration on armor, I guess.
Yup.
If you have none, you're just gonna die like this poor tank, which was built in the last video.
Oh, that's the thing you mean.
Yeah, that's the tank. No. I think
Right,
I
is
think
there-
that's all. I
Yeah,
don't think there's any
I
other
don't think there's
things.
anything else.
Yep. Summary block armor is
Unless-
good.
Unless the new RC blocks are the most tanky block in the game for no reason.
Yeah. Yeah. Weight blocks are some of the best armor. Layers of just block armor, especially tubes, are the good. And anchor pin armor. Those are like the 3 armors that are really good. Space armor, which I've been using for quite a while now, is also really good. Especially against massive single shots. It technically should be less good against, like, autocannons. So you could think about that when you're building armor. If you want autocannon and single shot, you could do like an outer layer of like anchor pins with an inner layer of space or something. I don't know. You guys can figure it out. I don't want to do all the experimenting for you.
We're too lazy for that.
Yeah. Also, steering hinges are good for like
Oh
ram
my
protection.
god, I'm lagging so hard right now.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, steering hinges are also good for ram protection. Because the like head of the hinge is nearly indestructible. So the damage will like not go very far. So if you're like getting rammed a lot, I guess use hinges.
Yup.
Other than that, I think that's everything. Yeah. I can't think of anything else that would help. Well, I guess I've done this where you just put lots of random angles on sides of tanks. That can help. Since, you know, the damage from the cannons can technically ricochet slightly. So angled things are good. I think that's it. I'm gonna call it here, Sapling. And you're gonna build a tank that doesn't suck, okay?
Alright. I'm gonna follow this tutorial.
Yeah. You're
I'm
gonna follow it.
rewatch it.
You're gonna follow it, and you're gonna
I'm
do
gonna
it.
make a break of
Yeah.
my tank, bro.
Yep. Bricks are great. You know, you should really try and make it look like a tank. You know, that's what I tried doing with this thing. I tried.
Yeah, but I just can't build without solutions, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just too used to it. So yeah, if you want a tanky thing, just don't use glitches.
Yeah,
like
the less glitches, the better. Alright.
Oh, I didn't know it waves. That's cool.
You finally realized that? Jesus.
Yeah, I just realized.
Anyway, thank you all for watching the video. See you next one. Remember, we're all Trailmakers.